Introduce thyself.
Hello, my name is Yasmin Thomas, but I go by Yaz. I am a sophomore. I am an RHS major, and my track is physical therapy.
All right, so listen, what's the problem?
You want the long list or the short one?
Just give me the one that really jumps out for you.
Like, if I'm having a conversation between A and B, you need to see your way out. Like, don't include yourself. Like, I don't need you there.
Okay, what about groups, though? What about people who are pushing for social change, and they're out protesting in the streets and so on? They're not minding their own business. What's your ancestry, by the way?
As far as I know, I'm black.
But do you? Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you. I can see too.
Yeah,
I look in the mirror every day. I say,
but
oh my
listen,
God.
Actually, though,
Check out my Comedy Central in like 2 years. Gonna see me on
right,
there.
you heard it right here. Yeah, it started right here, man. All right, so listen, what's the problem?
You want the long list or the short one?
Just give me the one that really jumps out for you.
It's people not minding their business.
People not minding their business. Yeah? Hey. Damn, dude. All right. All right. What do you mean by that?
Whether it be like socially or politically, people don't know how to like stay in their own lane. They're always giving unrequested advice, or they're just like jumping in or butting in something that literally doesn't require them to be there at all. Like, if I'm having a conversation between A and B, you need to see your way out. Like, don't include yourself. Like, I don't need you there.
Okay, what about groups, though? What about people who are pushing for social change, and they're out protesting in the streets and so on? They're not minding their own business. And
so there's a difference between wanted attention and unwanted attention.
Uh-huh.
So
All right,
like
ahead.
if it's like a social cause or a social controversy that requires social integrity between people, then yes, it is okay for you to be out there, state your opinion, or just have a good like interaction. However, if it is like literally an online joke between a group of people in a like demographic, and then someone says a joke, but the people in that demographic get it and you don't, and then you get upset by not being included in that situation, then you really can't get mad at them, because that's not, like, some people just grow up different, or people are in different lifestyles or in different organizations when they're younger or in their whole life.
So where do you see that happening? So is it what's your ancestry, by the way?
As far as I know, I'm black.
But do you? Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you. I can see too.
Yeah,
I look in the mirror every day. I say, oh my
listen,
God.
actually, though, no, but we're going to talk about DNA stuff in here. It's like you'd be surprised at what you miss. But do you identify? Do you have any like Afro-Caribbean?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, got you, man. So so African American. I make the distinction like this, just so you know, in the class. So African American. These are terms that I'll use. Trace your ancestry to slavery in North America, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So where do you see the example you just gave about people having all sorts of experiences, and then other people feeling as though they get left out of those experiences and they feel some kind of way about it? Where do you see that?
So, picture it, right? You're scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, whatever your social platform may be, and this says like, this parent does this, and it's like a little like funny skit, or like a skit that showed like a certain issue. Like, say in a black household, whenever you get a bad grade and your parent finds out, they ask for your report card. Next thing you know, you're like, I don't have my report card. And they're like, yes, you did. The school called me. Show me your report card. Next thing you know, they pull a belt out of nowhere, and they're just waiting for you to show them your grade. But for other demographics, say like a person who's like not a person of color, but they're not be their parents' first intuition thought as to like whoop your child whenever they get a bad grade or don't like succeed, like socially or mentally or academically. It's like not their first goal. But within people of color like households, well, specifically mine, grades was a big thing that you would get in trouble for. So that's why that was like a big thing that was like on the internet. And then people from the, other demographic, they were like, that's child abuse, that's not okay, that's not right. And I'm just like, yeah, it isn't. It's okay, but I'm pretty sure we all know by now, our parents know it's not good, but At some time, it's a point they're going to learn on their own time. I just can't push them to learn something because either way, they're going to push it out of their mind in one ear, out the other.
So that's an awesome example, by the way. When you see those, when you have those experiences, what do you do as Yaz, the black woman, African American woman? I'll use African American, okay? Or black. Should I say black or African American?
It can make a chicken cluck. I don't really care.
Yeah, all right, dude. Awesome, man. All right. How do you respond to that when you see that? Like, how old are you? 19?
20.
You're 20. How do you, as a 20-year-old Gen Zer black woman from Texas, respond to that?
Well, I'll go about my Southern Belle charm and just giggle at it and scroll on. I'm playing. I don't do that. Usually I look at it, screenshot it, send it on Instagram for my story to see, and then I send it to my best friend, and we do like shits and giggles, and we look at that for a little bit, and I just go back and look at it and I'm like, wow, next subject. And that's how I go about it.
Hey, so what do you think about what else is the problem?
I like to say people doing that weird thing where they say millennials are better than Gen Zers or Gen Xers are better than boomers. I don't really like that because at some point of life, you're going to get to that stage and you're just going to be as miserable as they are. So just like zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket, babe. I don't need to hear about it.
What else?
I entertain y'all, don't I? Check out my check out my Comedy Central in like 2 years. Gonna see me on there.
You heard it right here. Yeah, it started right here, man. So you identify this issue between people of different age groups and age categories and stuff, right?
Yeah.
People need to just like open up. How open do you feel people are of your like people around you are?
Well, I feel like we need to start bringing back diaries. People keep posting everything. Buki, I don't need to know about your man cheating on you 13 times in a row. That's none of my business, and I don't need to hear about you crying over him. That's
So you think, as a 20-year-old,
yeah,
you're thinking actually people are sharing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. And what do you think that does for them or for us or whatever the case is? Like, what do you think?
I feel like it started with the reality TV phase. Like everybody was having a TV show, spreading their business. Everybody's creating little storylines about their lives. And then once they got off air, they were like, why do people think I'm a bad person? I don't know, Gabby. Didn't you tell somebody they had a you know what and then they deserve to you know what? That's not something you can just showcase on television and expect people to not want to hold against you. You know what I mean? Like your words have impact, whether real or fake. Like you just can't be upset about that.
So how many people around you that you know of think similarly to you?
I like to say a good portion.
Really?
Yeah.
Because so many people of say like of my generation have the idea that people of your not me, because I know people of your generation, right? But people have this idea that your generation wants to just be out in the world and have cameras on them and be famous and celebrities and all sorts of stuff, and they want to put their business out everywhere. And what I'm hearing from you is actually, for me and for people around me, that's not really true.
Yeah, because like at some point, doesn't it get tiring to hear about the celebrity who cheated on their partner, the celebrity that got into this controversy, the celebrity that like causes this much problems in another area? At some point, you're just like, well, damn, like that's what my neighbor down the street does. I really need to know their business like that. That's not going to impact my day-to-day life. Like it's just a normal situation that people blow out of proportion. Like somebody cheating on another person, that is a terrible thing. But if you put it on air, baby, they're going to blast you much harder than they would Rochelle and Mark are just like on the side in the corner who got cheated on 2 minutes ago. Like you're a celebrity. You're in broad lights. You're supposed to be this quote unquote legend or individual that everybody loves and cherishes. You're not supposed to do no wrong. But
yeah, got you.
Trust me, you're going to have your little groupies who say that you can do no wrong. And then when you do wrong to them, they're still going to be, no, they didn't do any wrong.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Well, let's go back to what's the problem. Pick out one more, and then we will move on.
Racism within the queer community, I guess.
Racism inside the queer community?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you see?
Well, people go with these weird stereotypes of grouping people along. People usually associate black lesbians with being masculine or dominant and stuff like that. I'm just like, that's not how people are as a individual. Like, people's individual personality traits are how they dictate their life. Them being queer and in another part of their body doesn't correlate well, because if you know, like, the stereotype of black women, they're strong, they're usually perceived as masculine, and then once you put the label of lesbian on it, you're automatically considered a stud or a, you know what, a D word.
Or butchie or whatever.
Yeah, them.
Yeah. So, okay, so racism inside of the queer community.
Yeah.
Right? Both with women and men. You're talking about women, but men also?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I see a lot of black men talk about their experiences with white queer men. And some of the things they be talking about is really, like, depleting in itself, because you realize, like, wow, it's still going to hover over us no matter what. Because, like, they usually correlate black men in the gay community with being, like, you know that, like, thing called jungle fever and stuff like that?
Yeah, dude, like, and totally hypersexual.
Like it's hypersexualizing of, like, black men, and they already go through that at a young age. And for you to, like, do it again into adulthood, it's not basically breaking the cycle. It's making it much farther and much worse. And then people get mad at them when they do over-sexualize themselves. And it's like a whole reverse cycle, I guess.
So we have the idea that once we put these demographic groups together, like whatever the disabled community, right? Whatever the black community, the queer community, whatever, that everyone is all together. You know, everyone in the queer community unites around the issues because everybody shares the fact that in some way they're LGBTQ, whatever. But for you, you're saying actually that's just there are multiple layers of that, and that's not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a freaking tiramisu or a fucking, like, cheesecake. That thing has many layers. You just can't have one layer of something and be like, it's done, it's complete. You have to put it all together if you want to fully enjoy something.
So that's what's interesting. People on the outside of communities often have the assumption that communities are really bonded and united, which I don't know. Well, we only have those assumptions when we don't know that community and what it is. Once we're connected to the community, then it's easy to see, like, look, man, everybody's different. Everybody has different perspectives and ideas. You know, you have like, you know, black lesbians who are ultra conservative, black lesbians who are ultra liberal, black whatever. It doesn't really. So it's just open yourselves up to it.
Yeah, because I would say people are a spectrum, like, literally, like, physically, politically, socially, mentally, racially. They're all on a spectrum. Everything is changing. People are sifting different narratives, different definitions. So you might as well just like get used to change. But that's human behavior of not wanting to change. So yeah.
Listen, man. Can you just say that again? Get used to change. Like, just say to everybody right here. Like, so you're speaking to the class. Like, say it loud. Say it proud. Get used.
I'm black and I'm proud. Okay. Get used to change. It's always there. It's always happening. If you don't want to change, I'm sorry, Buki, but life isn't going to stop for you. It's not going to stop for anybody else. Go ahead and get that change in. Get that work in. You know, keep your head up.
Awesome. Thanks, man.